The Nintendo Switch is a new platform perfect for RPG fans. Of the 115 RPGs that competed for this list, What to Play presents 25 of the best Nintendo Switch RPGs so far, all arranged by PlayScore. You can find the complete list on our website, whattoplay.com, link in the description box below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Opening our list at 25 is Moonlighter. Opening the Switch RPG list is a fascinating combination of dungeon crawling and shopkeeping. Moonlighter's hybrid of different genres push players into a constant stream of grinding and adventure. The punishing roguelike elements might intimidate some players. A play score of 8.27. At number 24, we have South Park: The Fractured But Whole. One of Ubisoft's debut titles to the Switch isn't exactly child-friendly. Ubisoft's video game adaptation of the hit cartoon is a raunchy superhero trip to South Park, Colorado. This sequel ups the ante for their RPG goodness with more depth to their turn-based combat, as well as its signature toilet humor. A play score of 8.28. Coming in at number 23 is Trials of Mana. One of Square's beloved series, Trials of Mana is a rebirth of the acclaimed Seiken Densetsu classic. New players will find the magical world of Mana spellbinding, while series veterans will appreciate the numerous additions to its story and gameplay. It receives a play score of 8.29. Right here at number 22 is Disgaea 5 Complete. The definitive edition of NIS America's iconic RPG has all the good things new and old fans will appreciate. It's still packed with all the same quirky dialogue the series was known for. This complete edition contains more than 100 hours of gameplay and includes all the DLCs since day one. A play score of 8.37. Weaving into number 21 is Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout introduces a brand new story arc with fresh characters into the mix. Fans of the series will find its improved alchemy and crafting great, while new players find something addicting in its exploration. A play score of 8.39. Coming into our number 20 spot is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. It may not be as breathtaking compared to the PC, PS4, and Xbox One versions, but this award-winning RPG from CD Projekt Red still wows Switch users with its impressive performance for such a small device. Geralt's biggest journey yet goes portable, and that's the best thing about the Switch port. A play score of 8.43. At number 19, we have Children of Morta, an indie game breaking the conventional one-character rule. Control an entire family of heroes and enjoy a wild roguelite adventure where hacking and slashing is the key to survival. The ever-changing dungeons pose new threats, but their hardened familial bonds don't break that easy. A play score of 8.44. Determination at number 18 with Undertale. Speaking of unconventional RPGs, Toby Fox's indie phenomenon paved a different kind of path for the genre with its interesting take on turn-based combat and dialogue. This PC port welcomes the new and old fans of the series as they embark on a crazy trip to video game wonderland at the palm of their hands. A play score of 8.48. It's quest complete at number 17 with Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Now localized for the Western market, Capcom's best-selling RPG is finally on the Switch. Nintendo users join the hunting season in this massive RPG experience where players slay beasts, carve their hides, and make armors and weapons out of them. A play score of 8.49. At number 16 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This latest installment of the Xeno franchise pushes the limits of Nintendo's hybrid console with its groundbreaking presentation of open-world design and fast-paced combat. It's similar to Nintendo's very own Zelda with Breath of the Wild's massive scale, and with a great story too. A play score of 8.51. Prepare to die at number 15 with Dark Souls Remastered. Video game's most agonizing and patience-testing title is finally on the Switch. Visually polished to near perfection, the only thing stopping players is in its dated mechanics. If anyone's looking for a challenge, this remastered version welcomes players with open arms. A play score of 8.52. Harvesting the number 14 spot is Stardew Valley. Who says building a farm is not an RPG? Chucklefish's delightful farming game is a mix of all the good things Harvest Moon introduced to the gaming world, but with a touch of indie charm. Rack up hours and hours of farming, dungeon crawling, flirting, and more. A play score of 8.52. Did you know your reviews can influence the play score? Register now at whattoplay.com and start reviewing games. Link in the description box below. Coming into the number 13 spot is Octopath Traveler. Lead a traveling band of 8 unique characters in a journey that touches the hearts of old and new fans of the role-playing genre. Octopath Traveler is a familiar yet fresh spectacle of all the great things that make JRPGs great. It's full of magic, good storytelling, and personality, and it has a play score of 8.54. At number 12 is Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. This Definitive Edition isn't just a regular remaster. Instead of just the regular visual polish, it also comes with a variety of additions including a fully voice-acted story with 2 new characters for old and new players to enjoy. A play score of 8.64. Number 11 gives us Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. The Pokemon Go experience is made even better. With Eevee as the player's companion, travel around the Kanto region and catch Pokemon and battle them out in the traditional Pokemon fashion. It doesn't bring anything new to the table, but it's a neat little companion piece for Pogo enthusiasts, and it gets a play score of 8.70. Todd Howard's back with number 10 with The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Bethesda's crown jewel of medieval RPGs. Now in portable format, the epic journey of the Dragonborn stops no one. This Switch version makes use of its features including touch and gyro controls, letting players enjoy the limitless possibilities of its open-world playground. A play score of 8.70. Coming in at the number 9 spot is Rune Factory 4 Special. Much like Stardew Valley, enjoy a part sim, part dungeon crawling adventure where multitasking is the key to survival. It's a near identical port of the 3DS classic and is perfect for players who just want to relive the journey of this amnesiac girl. A play score of 8.71. Time to build at number 8 with Dragon Quest Builders 2. Rebuilding a broken world takes more than just collecting resources. This sequel balances JRPG and voxel-based sandbox elements that encourages players to explore and experiment in its vibrant fantasy playground. It has a play score of 8.79. The number 7 spot belongs to Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Embark on a whimsical tale of friendship and love in this collective effort between Japanese animation giant Studio Ghibli and developer Level 5 Games. Praised for its childlike innocence and breathtaking score, the world of Ni no Kuni is still a charming place with memorable characters. A play score of 8.79. Ringing into number 6 is Ring Fit Adventures. Nintendo's relentless experimentation of various genres brought Ring Fit Adventures into the market. It's an effective integration of RPG tropes into an exercising game. It makes use of the Switch's Joy-Cons as the bread and butter of this magical journey. It's weird and somehow rewarding, and it has a play score of 8.81. Our number 5 spot belongs to Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. The Zodiac Age is the perfect addition to the Switch RPG lineup, as it is the definitive edition of the Final Fantasy XII experience. The introduction of the International Zodiac system brings more depth to its combat, whereas the option to control characters opens another realm of possibility for old and new players. A play score of 8.81. Catching the number 4 spot is Pokémon Shield. Pokémon Shield, alongside its counterpart Pokémon Sword, ushered in one of their biggest generations yet. Not only did it give players 3 new 8th gen starters, it also introduced a lot of new features into the mix. It provided fans with countless hours of raids, training, and exploration in its new open-world setting. A play score of 8.82. Third place is Diablo 3 Eternal Collection. Blizzard's isometric hack-and-slash RPG turns portable, and it brings together all of the game's expansions, including the Rise of the Necromancer. Although it didn't really add anything new for the Switch, at least the major issues that plagued the game's initial release are somewhat resolved. A play score of 9.02. Finishing at second place is Fire Emblem Three Houses. The gold standard of the tactics genre in Nintendo's world, Three Houses' excellent balance of gameplay and story is what makes this the best Fire Emblem game to date. Its interesting cast of relatable characters might charm or appall players. It's a fantastic JRPG with a play score of 9.07. And the best Switch RPG is none other than Dragon Quest XI-S, Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition. The best version of Dragon Quest XI, considered as the best of the series yet. It comes with additional features built just for the Nintendo Switch console. It's a combination of all the good things Dragon Quest was known for, and it's not afraid to take risks when pushing the franchise to new heights. A play score of 9.26.